All right, all right, all right.
Back in the house.
Back in the
Here we
house.
are.
Happy Memorial Day to those.
Yes, yes. Happy Memorial Day. It's really great to have a 3-day weekend. I'm not gonna lie, this is just a wonderful thing.
Much needed,
Beginning of
much needed,
summer.
much needed.
The beginning of summer, supposedly, although it was rainy and cold here in New York for most of the weekend. The day was nice, but it didn't start off feeling like summer at all. But if it's summer, that means there's going to be, people in camp, hitting each other soon, or at least in shorts and t-shirts.
Hey,
Play
Clay
to
from
show up.
Brooklyn. I'm excited about this season already.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, yes, but who are we? Clay from Brooklyn, football with the fellas. And who am I here with?
Your man Manto. It's all about Big Blue.
Yes,
Clay,
it is.
Clay. I know we didn't talk about this in our our own pregame warm up,
Exactly.
but my optimistic level, it's gone up. I'm being optimistic. I can't wait to game one. I want I don't know. I'm about to say I want the Commodores. I want the Commanders. I want them.
Yes,
We can get them. I
we
think we
can
can
get
get
it. We can get it. Listen, I hear you. I'm trying to pump the brakes on my enthusiasm, but I love yours. I love that you have that optimism
them. Hey,
because it pulls me up too.
we we did. I think we did great with in our draft. I like our draft, especially on the defensive line side. Especially on the defensive side. I like
Yes,
what went on there. I'm telling you, the defense is going to be the difference. The defense this year is going to be the difference.
absolutely. And if we stay healthy, like I said before, our depth is not great in most places, but if we stay healthy, our starters can get after anybody. Like it's not going to be easy to move the ball against us, especially through the air. That's not going to be easy.
I can't. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. I'm sorry. I
So
am.
with that in mind, what I wanted to talk about a little bit today is I think on the down low, the most valuable person for the Giants this year might just be Shane Bowen. It might just be our defensive coordinator making the right decisions on how to utilize these weapons, right? He's got these three edge rushers. He's got, you know, uh, interior defensive linemen that need to prove themselves, other than
Right,
Dexter.
right.
Dexter is, all world, but other than him, how do we use them? When do we use them? How do we keep offenses guessing and off their game? That's what it's going to come down to.
I want to see old school New York Giants, Big Blue, chasing the quarterback, getting them and dancing and doing their thing this year. Seriously, this is not for y'all. I am really pumped up. Clay knows. I told him before we called each other. I'm pumped up about it. It just hit me. I guess with the Memorial Day, knowing we go in the summer, I started looking again, at the roster. I know they really haven't done anything yet, but you know what? Everybody right now is 0-0.
Yes, we are undefeated.
So
We are undefeated right now.
undefeated.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. So what I was like hoping to do is show a few clips that kind of look back at last year and look at some of my concerns and some of the things that I feel good about, if that's okay with you.
I'm hoping that Shane and group are doing the same, so they know what to fix. Know what to fix.
Yes. So
Now,
one of my concerns, and I've mentioned this before, is that Shane seems to be in love with the idea of using one or two interior defensive linemen, two defensive tackles, and two edge rushers who are actually linebackers, not linemen. He feels like he can get that done with four, and then he has seven, linebackers and defensive backs. So I get why he wants to have the extra people in coverage. I mean, I definitely get that. And the fact is, we don't have that many great defensive backs. We just signed two. So we think that Javon Holland and Paulson Adebo are going to be a big help for us. I'm excited about that. And moving Tay Banks from CB1 to CB2, I think, is a really good thing. But the fact is, we still use two defensive linemen a lot. So this is from last year. And you see, there's Dexter and there's Elijah Chapman, and they're the only two defensive linemen. And let's see what happens when we do that.
this doesn't look
They,
good.
they'll both get double teamed. Dexter get
Right.
double teamed, coming off the bus. but they'll both get double teamed. And unfortunately, Bobby Okereke whiffed on that one. But that turns into a big gain, and now they're down inside our five. And I'm saying, well, if we had one more interior defensive lineman, maybe that hole right there, which I could have got through, isn't quite that big. I mean, for the NFL, that is like you could build a house in that hole. You
What?
see, Texas is so strong, he's pushing people up, like they're kids, but he couldn't quite close the hole. And then again, Bobby Okereke breaks down and gets shook, just shook. Like he look at that whiff. He's like, bye. So anyway, that's one of the
Clay.
things I think we just have to do a little bit better. When you're down around the inside the red zone, I just don't think you can get away with having two interior defensive linemen on a regular. Here's another
Can we
play
go back there for a quick
Dallas.
second? Can we go back there one quick second?
Sure, sure.
I just want to ask one question. Okay, why would we do this in the first place? I mean, what would you think he's saying here? Because I'm looking at it right now. I'm seeing two guys against five.
Right. Correct.
So I'm trying to think of what is the positive, the
Well,
rational.
in theory, it's four against five, right? Because you see, here's Kayvon, and you'll see Burns is out here. He's thinking it's four against five, and that we can do enough with those four so that the seven behind them can make the plays, right? And these guys will occupy the blockers, especially these two will occupy the blockers. These two will come off the edges. And if it is a run that's wide, they'll supposedly, set the edge and force the running back inside. And if it's a pass, they are the people supposed to put the pressure on the quarterback.
They're so wide. That's the only thing.
They're so wide. He likes the wide nine, they call it the wide nine alignment
All right.
with defensive tackles. So yeah, I like this from time to time. I don't like it all the time.
Right. Okay.
We
Okay.
use it way too often. So here's
Gotcha.
against Dallas. This is actually CD Lamb. They put CD Lamb in the backfield for this play. I don't know if you remember this play. They actually ran a toss sweep to CD Lamb. But again, two interior defensive linemen, two outside linebackers, and a whole lot of people that, weigh 250 or less that, can get gobbled up. And you'll notice that, I'm sorry, I jumped back by accident. You'll notice that my title says, and Banks gives up the sideline. So here's Banks. He's going to give up the sideline.
Oh man. He should be running to the sideline right there.
Right. He should definitely not be
Whoa.
allowing these extra yards right here. So if you see, here's Banks. He should have been down here already. There is
Right.
no excuse. I mean, it clearly is a run, right? CD Lamb is not getting ready to throw this ball to anybody, right? He sees where this play is heading. You need to be out here because your help is behind you. There's nobody helping you out here. So when he doesn't get there and he gets himself pushed back in, that's what allows CCD. Those last 10 yards didn't have to happen. Did not have to happen.
Wow. This is
So the combination of only having two interior defensive linemen, right? So that was
right.
easy to get the play started, and then Banks not cutting downfield to the sideline is why that worked so well. Now, this is that same game. This is fourth and inches. Like they had to get to the 40, maybe fourth and a foot, but certainly less than one. They had to get to the 40 for first down, right? They took the kickoff at the 30,
Right.
and where they are, it's fourth down. Why do we only have two defensive linemen? And just to be clear, the play before this on third down was a wide, it went to the sidelines. I forget now if it was a sweep or a pass. No, it was a pass to the tight end, and he couldn't quite reach for the first down. Meaning that we had plenty of time to sub another defensive tackle in, right? It isn't like third down was a dive right one, and then fourth down they rushed up to the line of scrimmage and didn't give us time to make a substitution. We had time to get a different alignment of personnel in here.
Right. Right.
Bowen said, no, two defensive tackles, that's plenty on fourth and a foot. And here's again, nine people that weigh less than 300 pounds. Now, Dallas actually did us a favor and didn't run it up the middle, but still easily picked up the first down because what are these little guys doing? I mean, they wouldn't look little to me if I saw them in the gym or something, but little compared to the NFL, they're all saying, well, I guess I got to get inside to stop this run because, we don't have any big boys. And so they are. They're all crashing inside the box. And the running back says, oh, well, there's nobody out here? Well, thanks. I'll just run out here where nobody is. Fortunately, they tripped him up because he might have gone for another 10 or 12.
He might still be running.
He might still be running, but clearly easily picked up the first down. But again, Shane Bowen just might be the most important person because Shane Bowen's the one who decided two defensive tackles is enough here. Now, every now and then we got to take Dex out. And that's why I keep saying we need a few more big bodies because,
Right,
as you see, the
right,
title of this is When Dex is Out, the Gashing Really Begins. So this is
right.
actually not that big a run, but it just shows you what happens when Dexter's not there. When Dexter's not there, teams like check, check, run the ball. And they do. Now,
They-
fortunately, Brian Burns came over and made that tackle. It was only like a 5 or 6 yard gain, but it was 5 or 6 yards before he saw anybody in these ugly Montreal Canadiens uniforms we were wearing week one. You know,
But no
so
one touched him for
no one touched him for 5 yards. Like he couldn't have touched one of us if he wanted to. Like there was nobody there for him to touch for 5 or 6 yards.
and this happens every time, like when Dex is out, really.
When Dex is out, it's like party over here. Again, no Dex, no run stuffing. So here's DJ Davidson, who is filling the Dexter role when Dexter's not in, and watch him. Just watch what happens to him on this play. Now Dexter gets double
Double
teamed
team.
every play, but this doesn't happen to him. They don't drive him into like Pennsylvania.
They drove him
I,
like about 10 yards back.
he is washed. Like he is gone. They just said, listen, I know you don't have car fare, so we'll just hitch a ride with us. Here we go. And again, I don't blame him. He's double teamed, but it just shows you how much different it is. 60 is there saying, do you need me? No? Okay, good. I'll just go get this linebacker. And luckily, he waited too long to get the linebacker because the linebacker, Bob Okereke, was able to help out with the tackle. If
Right.
60 had come off sooner, this guy might still be running. So
Oh man.
again, no Dex, no run stuffing.
Oh man.
And
It's so
now,
blatant now. It's so blatant.
so blatant. Now, this is what I wanted us to do, which is to have what we call a tight front, three interior defensive linemen in between the tackles, right?
Okay.
So here's one. All right, so here's the center, guard, tackle. So here's one in that B gap. Here's Dexter right over the center, and here's another in this B gap. So there, well, basically he's in the C gap, but he's not exactly a tight front, but three interior defensive linemen, and then you have the two edge rushers outside of that. So when you put five guys in a box like that, and of course you still have inside linebackers, but when you have five guys in a box like that instead of four, that becomes much more congestion, right? So
Oh
you
yeah.
see where
Look,
this
yeah.
play goes? Nowhere.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's much easier for those two interior defensive line, I'm sorry, inside linebackers to fill the holes when the interior defensive linemen are gobbling up so many blocks, right? Because of course they're double teaming Dex, right? But notice how when they double team Dex here, they're still on the line of scrimmage. We're not in
Right.
Pennsylvania. We're still on the line of scrimmage. And so this is a lot more effective against the run, right? And this is Minnesota. This is a team that was 14-3 last year. Now, this was week one, but I'm saying this is a team known for their offense. Now, what I really love about the three interior defensive linemen is that it means there's going to be a handful of plays where Dexter is not double teamed. And when Dexter is not double teamed, Mazo,
Oh, party's open. Party's on.
just watch, just watch. Now, I feel bad for this center. And Dexter doesn't make the play here, but just watch what he does with the center. Get off me. I mean, he's like playing with his little boy, like his little boy. All right, son, get to bed. He throws him in. This is what happens when Dexter is blocked one-on-one. Here's another example. This is, Garrett Bradbury, supposed to be a really good center. And again, this is against Minnesota, a really good team. But Dexter is being blocked one by one. I'm sorry, this is the guard. That's right. This is the guard. He's shifting to the guard. But he just throws him out the way and says,
Man,
come here, Sam Donald.
cannot block sexy Dexy
One
with
man
one
can't
guy.
block Dexy.
No way.
And so I'm saying, why don't we scheme that more often? One man can't block Sexy again. Sexy Dexy against one man. I'm putting my money in that one man. Excuse me, sir. I need to get you a quarterback. Excuse me. And I mean, he got the pass off, but you can see this guard holding on for dear life, saying, "Can
Yeah,
you
he was.
throw
He
the ball
was.
quickly, please?" I mean, he's trying to lose slowly, but he is absolutely being driven back. Now, there was also some edge pressure, but Dexter is just walking this man back.
He was. He not one step to the side. It was all to the back.
Now, sometimes you can block him if you hold, but one man can't block Dexter without holding. Here's Dexter over here, and watch what he does with this young man. He says, "Excuse me, I have somewhere to be." And the man is, if that's not holding, I'm not sure what is. But they didn't call it. But again, but Dexter just walks the man now, and you see we missed tackles, and of course
Oh man.
Jaden Daniels winds up turning that into a good play for them. But it wasn't for lack of effort by Dexter, right? Dexter is the reason he had to run because Dexter just took this young man and said, "Walk with me back to your quarterback, please."
And he got him wrapped up. He got that
I mean,
arm.
that is if
That's an
this was
arm bar.
WWE, they would have threw a flag. Like this is crazy. Okay, again, when we have three interior defensive linemen, it is hard to run against us. Now, in fairness, this team is backed up against their own goal line, right? This is again Minnesota game. So obviously they're likely to run. Like it's not like they had a whole lot of options on what to play to call. So that makes it easier to defend. But nevertheless, let's take a look at what happens when there's three interior defensive linemen, right? One, two, three interior defensive linemen, and then the two edge rushers. Dexter again holds his ground, throws his man to the side, and makes the tackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
again, this is being double teamed, eating the double team, so there's no hole, right? Eating the double team and still making the tackle. But again, because there's three interior defensive
Right.
linemen, the offensive lineman couldn't just release right away to the second level and go get the linebackers. So I'm really thinking that Shane Bowen is one of the most important people in
Very
Giants.
much so.
What is he going to do scheme wise to free Dexter up more often against one person and to not leave huge holes for our linebackers to have to try and, not get shook in? Now, this is a Banks and Pinnock brain freeze, that same game, that same drive. So they had the play after the one I just showed you, they threw a little flare out into the flat and got out to the 10-yard line. And then this is two plays after. And for some reason, here's Jason Pinnock, single high safety, and here's Tay Banks, who's covering Justin Jefferson in man with safety help over the top, but in man. And watch what they decide to do in this scenario.
Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good.
Doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. Now, if you remember, we did not win week one against Minnesota. So Tate Banks is now saying, this guy, Justin Jefferson, who's faster than me and great? Let me wait till he's past me to chase him.
Oh God.
I'm like, what are you thinking about? So first of all, I'm gonna stop it and just show you what I think Jason Pinnock should have done. So here's Jason Pinnock. Let's watch what this guy does. That's not what I meant to do. Nothing. He's running out, right? So he's not going deep. He's not going deep. And everybody else is still, I mean, this guy's releasing late, but so clearly you're not going deep, you're not going deep. So if you're the single high safety,
You should be shading on the other side.
who should you be covering? Maybe
Justin.
all world Justin Jefferson. I'm just a thought. Maybe attention to him. But you're back here on the 27-yard line. Justin Jefferson's on the 15. Tay Banks is on the 19 saying, I don't need to start running yet. I know
He
Justin
hasn't
Jefferson is
he
faster than
hasn't
me.
moved.
He hasn't moved. He's soft backpedaling. And Justin Jefferson is saying, "Oh, if you're not going to run, I will." Like, look at these strides, These are long strides now, and Tay Banks is watching them. He's got a good view, good seat, and he's like, "No, I'm not going to start running fast yet. Why should I?" Now Justin Jefferson is deeper than him. Right now, he's deeper than you, and now you start to turn and run,
It's too
but
late for it.
it's too late now. The ball is about to be thrown now. And do you see Jason Pinnock on the screen? I don't. So Jason Pinnock is like, oh, well, now that he's got 3 yards of separation on Tay Banks, and again, why Tay Banks was on the 20. By the time Tay Banks got to the 25, 24, man's wide open.
God. And
This is wide
it's
open for them.
increasing too, the space between them.
because he's faster than you. And fortunately, this was not a perfect pass. So he had to slow down for the ball and allow Tate Banks and break his stride, allow Tate Banks to make a tackle, or that might have been a 90-yard touchdown. Because Jason Pinnock is still not there. He's still not there. Did Jason Pinnock make this tackle? He did not.
No, he didn't.
Tate Banks made the tackle. Single high safety, what are you here for? Who were you covering? There's nobody else to cover, but arguably one of the best, certainly top five receivers in the NFL. Some would say the best receiver in the NFL. Certainly the best receiver on the Minnesota Vikings on that play.
Right.
Maybe cover him. Just a thought.
You think we should have? That was it. Had to be in the pregame discussion. Watch that guy. Watch
that guy number 18. Let's keep an eye on him. This is painful to watch. So a lot of people say, "Oh, Tyler Nubin, Tyler Nubin." I'm like, okay, he makes some good plays, but not all.
Uh-oh.
You might remember this one.
Not Nubin.
Jerome Henderson lit into Tay Banks for his lack of hustle here, but he also lit into Tyler Nubin for the angle he takes. So Dak Prescott says, "Oh, look, he's behind you. Let me just throw it to him." And look at the angle. Who were you trying to tackle? And now he's jogging. He is jogging from the 20, 15, 10, 5. 10. He's jogging. What?
Oh, no.
Like, I actually rather you stop and pull up and act like you got a hamstring or something.
Right.
But jogging after the man as he's trotting into the end zone, running away from you.
Let's look at that angle he took again. Let's look at that angle he took.
Look at the angle Taylor Nubin took.
Now, now.
Where is Tay Banks? Tay Banks, if he keeps going up the sideline, Tay Banks makes the tackle, right?
Right.
So why not come down this way, and then you and Tay Banks can both make the tackle right here? No, you decide, I know what I'll do. I'll overrun him and let him cut behind me where there's nobody. Look how long it takes him to break down. Now, I'm not saying he should, get an ACL injury trying to stop on the turf. I get that, but that's why you had to stop sooner than that.
That's the easiest thing. It's easy to shake somebody when they're running and they're running at you. Just run back at them.
Or break down sooner and at least make him work for it.
And he didn't chase him down.
So that's it. No. So that's it for now. But I just wanted to say that this is why I think that maybe the most important person is Shane Bowen.
Shane Bowen.
And maybe we have to really consider Nubin and Banks, whether, they need to put up or shut up. This is their chance to show that last year was the aberration and that they really are capable of more than we saw on a consistent basis.
They're going to have to do that because I'm not going to want them. I don't want them to rain on my optimism. No way.
Exactly.
No way.
Well, the good news is that Javon Holland and Paulson Adebo here now, right? So if we play Dallas again, that's at least one, if not both of them, will be covering CeeDee Lamb. The bad news is that Dallas went out and got another receiver as well. Right. So now George Pickens is who Banks and Newby may have to cover. But that's a little bit better than CeeDee Lamb. I mean, a little bit better for us than them covering CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, God. Okay.
Anyway, I just wanted to show a few clips of why I still have concerns. I'm not trying to rain on the optimism at all. If anything, what I'm saying is, Mr. Bowen, I'm hoping you're watching these films as well and that you're learning from this and saying, you know what, maybe I don't need to go with one or two defensive tackles all the time anymore. And maybe putting Tay Banks on CeeDee Lamb one-on-one with a, single high help is not always the best idea.
Yeah, Mr. Bowen, maybe you can do like our viewers do and like leave us a comment down there and let us know what you're going to do. And you can put a like on there because I know you can like that we, point these things out. So please, you, Bowen, you other viewers, like a comment. Let us know. Subscribe too because we're here.
We're here.
The fellas are here.
We ain't going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere. And we are happy about this season. We're optimistic about this season.
Optimistic. Very much so.
But it's Bowen. It's Bowen. I agree with you. It's Bowen.
All right. So, guys, that's what we want to talk about today, but we want to hear what you want to talk about. So, again, like Mazo said, comment, like, share, subscribe, all those regular good things. But for now, Clay from Brooklyn, football with the fellas. And who am I here with?
It's your man, Mazo. Remember, if it's the regular season or the off season, it's all about Big Blue.
Yes,
Until next time, y'all. Peace. Yeah, I got it. Okay. It probably went to.
I didn't hear it say stop.
Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.